In 1962, on an isolated island in the middle of San Francisco Bay, there was a famous prison called Alcatraz, known there as The Rock. The prison was the toughest in America, built for the worst and most dangerous criminals, and no one had ever escaped from it before. The water around the island was freezing cold with powerful currents. Anyone who tried to swim would die of cold or be pulled away, so people said escape is impossible. But three men broke that rule: Frank Morris and two brothers from Florida, John Anglin and Clarence Anglin. The two brothers grew up swimming and diving in Michigan rivers and knew cold water well, while Frank was naturally brilliant. His IQ was over 130. Fate brought them together in Alcatraz, and there they planned something no one could imagine. The plan started about a year before the escape, as they began digging small holes behind the iron walls in their cells. They used spoons, small pieces of metal, and anything they could find. At night, they covered the holes with painted cardboard the same color as the wall, so the guards wouldn't suspect. Behind the cells, there was an abandoned corridor that no one entered. Once they could open enough holes, they started entering there one by one and gathering tools. They did something genius. They used old raincoats, cut them and sewed them into a raft, and inflated it using a tube. And in addition, they made sleeping heads from paper and putty and put real hair from the prison barbershop on them so they could place them on the pillows and show the guards they were sleeping. With the raft and dummies ready, they prepared for the escape night. The night of the escape was June 11th, 1962, around 9 o'clock at night. The guards passed by and saw the prisoners sleeping, everything normal. But in reality, the three were climbing down from the small holes, one behind the other, and walking inside the dark corridor, heading toward the roof. They climbed the inner wall and went up to the roof quietly. Up there was a light breeze, and it was dark, but they knew the way. They descended from the roof using a pipe and ran quickly to the back side of the island at the rocky shore. There, they inflated the raft they made and put it in the water. It was around 10:30 at night when they set off from Alcatraz shore, heading toward Angel Island, an island close to the mainland. The next morning, the guards discovered the mess. They found fake heads propped on pillows. When there was no response, they lifted the covers and were shocked. It was a full escape. 3 empty cells, 3 prisoners gone. The world turned upside down. The FBI, Coast Guard, and Army scoured the sea, ports, and shorelines, even deploying dogs, searching everywhere. They found only a piece of the raft, a paddle, and a wallet with a photo of the Anglin family. But no bodies, no trace of them. The investigation lasted 17 years before the case was officially closed. Authorities concluded they likely drowned. Yet there were no bodies. No proof. Years passed, and people didn't forget the story. Every time someone saw suspicious men or heard a rumor, the police went to check. Until 2013, when a strange letter arrived at the San Francisco Police Department. The envelope looked old, the handwriting shaky, as if written by an elderly man's hand.
My name is John Anglin. I'm the one who escaped from Alcatraz in 1962 with my brother Clarence and Frank Morris. I'm 83 years old now and have cancer. Yes, we survived that night, but barely. Frank died in 2008 and my brother Clarence passed away in 2011. I live in South Dakota and I want a deal. If you promise not to imprison me for more than a year, I'd rather return myself and tell you everything.
When the police saw the letter, they sent it for DNA and handwriting analysis and examined all the evidence. The result? They couldn't prove it was his, nor could they rule it out. So the possibility remained. From that moment, people debated, did they really escape, or was the letter a hoax? The FBI closed the case, but many still insist John Anglin lived and died free. Maybe on a small farm, maybe another state, maybe another country. What we know is 3 men, armed with intelligence and resolve, pulled off the impossible and left Alcatraz as a memory.